Hey everybody, welcome back. Doing a quick hit. Last week at MSF in 15 minutes. So let's see what happened.
So, what is the scuttlebutt? Anybody hear anything?
Bring me WolverThor! Biggest thing of the week, honestly, was ISO 8. Right, we got the patch with it, which we'll get into in a second, but Scopely did a tutorial, which was pretty nice from them. They had a little video, covered some of that myself. You still having problems trying to figure it out? We'll definitely help you get into some of that later, as have a lot of other content creators. And like I mentioned, the patch. We got ISO 8, we got Scream, She-Hulk, Venom, all kinds of an array of bugs, obviously, which they weren't too bad, I don't think. Mainly related to ISO 8. There were some text changes that eventually changed, which we'll get into that in a minute. But so far, I didn't think it was terrible. I mean, we'll see. We got another one of those Facebook messages that was kind of a rumor, misleading, maybe new characters coming. Pretty neat. So maybe Iceman, Gambit? We'll see. I don't know. They did mention the cool, so it makes me think that Iceman might be tied to that. And speaking of, Tawna did another teaser with Kitty Pryde, Gambit, and Iceman. So maybe there is something to some of that. Will we see these tunes soon? I don't know. It is winter coming, depending where you live. So mentioned ISO 8. You got a lot of content creators out there who are definitely trying to guide, help people as much as they can, flashing some images of that as I'm kind of sitting here. Maybe we've got one. I don't know if it's flashing or not. Could be. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe today? Tonight? I don't know. We're definitely trying to do something to at least help you through the initial stages of this process. We'll have something for you as the characters come in and teams and all that kind of things as well. Promise. Shout out to Remin He was doing some streaming the other day. He was really testing that his sister skirmisher thing. If you're not aware, the sisters who are skirmishers, it's pretty dope when you've got that original hit being a striker. Got a nice triple tap, right? Sisters, skirmishers. If front end hitter, striker, whatever you want to call him, is a striker. So, pretty cool. There were some ISO 8 text changes that happened. Flashing that up on the screen. So, it looks like some of these actually had some more stats than we originally thought. They added that skirmisher assist vulnerability type concept in there too, which was already in game. The other part with the focus, all right, that's pretty nice. All right, ISO 8, I did want to share real quick kind of where I'm at with this thing. I am kind of saving a little bit because these crystals are super hard to come by. I don't know if I need to put them on my arena team. I don't know if I need to put them on my raid team. Saving up these ions. These are probably the secondary. Crystals are going to be your primary bottleneck. I think that's pretty clear. The ions are, I mean, there's really not much else besides that, but that'd be secondary for the time being. And it kind of depends. It's like, well, do you want to, I mean, if ions aren't really that big a deal, you could probably flip around, but to me, you don't want to necessarily waste crystals for sure on a character if you're not sure you want to upgrade them, right? Because if I want to go ahead and do these things on this guy, I'm like, well, he's a protector. What if I've got another protector that I want to build this on, right? So, I mean, maybe Thanos is the right one. I don't know. I mean, it's doing the wrong one there, but what if it's something else? You know, what other maybe Yo-Yo, right? What's another good protector? Colossus, I think. Invisible Woman, Cull. You know, these type of people, is you just Strife maybe could be more critical for in war, where he might gain the most benefit for some of these. So I'm personally being really stingy with these. I'm not looking to upgrade some of this stuff. As you go through my roster, you could see I do not have much of anything here. Actually, I only have one. It's the Shield Medic that we got from the tutorial, which was great. I love what, Fox or Scopely does those type of things. But I'm kind of holding firm for a little bit, seeing, we'll check out that basic guy. Wait, what? Basic guy? Anyway, so, I don't know. Am I crazy? I think maybe. You guys, everybody I've seen is pretty much putting things everywhere. As you go into arena, and so one of the things I'm testing too is how am I doing in arena? I'm okay. It's like my shard is probably not as competitive as a lot of the higher people who've got really competitive shards. This is, I'm a pretty low power in it, but I'm also insanely active and very willing to spend cores to do stuff. So, it gets really active later, but you can see that people are dropping stuff in there. I'm trying to see if I can stick around without doing it, and then maybe go to raids or wars or something like that. So, I don't know. Again, am I crazy? The answer is yes. Now, Tana mentioned about covering for a data mine, Anti-Venom being a Milestone Orb character or Milestone event character. Definitely a little bit bummed about that one. We just had Emma recently, and I know my gold's low, especially after the Sinister Six and Doc Ock came around. So, hoping that one's not too hard to get through. Anti-Venom does look like a pretty dope character. Blitz this week, we've got Cyclops, character who, for those of you who were around when he first got kind of accidentally put into the game, data mine, whatever you want to call it, he was a bit, everyone was so stoked for this guy. He was super high damage. I think this was before Black Bolt as well, so everybody just coveted this guy. They wanted him. And then he didn't get released for so long when he kind of came out, and there was also a lot of people not spending the time, if you remember Fix MSF. So he just kind of fell flat on his face a little bit because he just didn't seem as great, and a lot of people weren't spending it at that time. So now we got the Blitz. I don't know. You guys still need them? I know I could use some shards on them. I'm looking maybe top 1% if it's around that. I mean, the tough part about this particular one is we've had everybody blitzing so hard because of these fragment type Sinister Six events. That is everyone going to come down, or are they just going to habitually stay where they were and just kind of not stop blitz? Me personally, I'm trying to tone down my blitzing, so I don't know. I want that free time, family, friends, content, other video games. I like to have some fun, so I'm not really looking to be on my phone that much blitzing. So fingers crossed that these predictions are good. So we've still got Stoner Gwen off on the, kind of side over there. He's not abiding by the rules of the program here for raid and war season, but we'll take a quick check on where we're at currently. All right, so this top 15 looks, we're looking at raid season right now. This top 15 looks like it's probably going to be pretty competitive. We just got about 1 million or so points between them. Starts building up a little bit more as you get towards the top 5. Still pretty close though, and then obviously another giant jump up to number 3 and number 2, and then another jump to number 1 with Panzer Hulk. So there's quite the gap there, so it might be a little bit exciting to see who gets into that top 10. We'll see. So, in some of my searching recently, I noticed something interesting in some of the data mine type information that I saw, which I'll show up on the screen now. And you can see that the title of those lines were pretty interesting, right? Do you think there might be some changes coming to war? Room boosts, maybe? And this stuff popped in there, and look, that stuff I know has been in there forever. I know that's nothing, whatever. But these files were actually recently updated on the 29th of September. So, and the same thing with the images that I'm putting up there for, it was like, I think it was armory boost, armor, and damage. So I could see that we might be able to boost certain stats in rooms, and you're probably going to pay Stark Tech or something like that to boost them. So anyway, keep your eye out for that and maybe some rumors about it. Suggestion of the week time, let's hit Reddit. All right, so Real Bitcoin Cash posts, auto button basic, needed then, needed now. And I am a huge fan of this. I've been also preaching about an auto basic button, which is needed. Real Bitcoin goes through here, talks about ISO 8 and just all the different times that you really need or want the opportunity to be able to just click basic so that you can just get all your other abilities refreshed, and you can't auto. It's a quality of life issue. It'd be great to have it. I'm sure that you go through here, yeah, there's only a couple responses here, but I'm pretty sure, and I'll give that one an upvote for sure, that's definitely needed. So what do you say, Scopely? Auto basic button? Come on. At this point, I was going to cover a data mine and Symbiote Spider-Man going to the orbs, but let's just go to the blog because it's there. All right, so blog time. Purging Parasite goes through to talk about Anti-Venom here. Yeah, he's awesome. We already know that, right? Talks about Eddie Brock, gives a little bit of lore there. You check that out. Little shout out to Valley and getting some coverage there for his Envoy video. Milestone Orb update. Milestone Orb update. Finally, Symbiote Spider-Man is coming to the Milestone Orb update. Captain Marvel is going out. He's coming in. I think more than that, something to note that they stay here is Symbiote Spider-Man will be the final character added to the Milestone Orb, as we'll be releasing seasonal Milestone Orbs in the future. Okay, that's right there. So for all of us, me included, we're not going to be saving our Milestone Orbs in the future. There's no point. They'll be seasonal. Once it's there, and then it's done. So I guess Anti-Venom and all that stuff. And that makes sense because they're probably like, well, all these people saved up for Symbiote Spider-Man. Well, we just need to create a new orb. There it is. So we'll be able to use it for Symbiote Spider-Man, and then that's it. Full Matrix, it talks about some ability to get some more ISO 8 type stuff if you use some bio traits and different things. It's going to reward ISO 8 crystals, which is by far going to be the biggest bottleneck with this new progression system. Ions, we'll see. They might be okay if you don't get too crazy with them. Upcoming Blitzes, we've got Bullseye, so anybody who still needs him. Later, we've got Domino, which I'm sure a bunch of people still need to get. So anybody who doesn't have Domino at 7 stars, you will have a Blitz coming for her. Flash events, we've got some double shard drops for the Phoenix event, so any of those villain Mystic controllers, go hit those up. And then the Relic Hunt comes around again, which we always like the Relic Hunt, and then obviously you get some double drop for the hand. That's it. That's what we got. So biggest thing this week, patch, ISO 8, plenty of stuff going on there. Lots of people talking about it. There's a lot of theory crafting going on. It's kind of fun. Doesn't seem too crazy yet. As long as the RNG and the time required for it doesn't get crazy, we'll see. So appreciate you guys stopping by. If you want to come by the Discord, the link is in the description below. Come on by, chat a little bit if you want. Share with your alliance mates, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandmas, grandpas. I don't know, anybody, neighbors, whoever might want to listen, hear, all that. Hammer down that like button, notification bell, subscription button, all that kind of stuff. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. Yes.